What up, gang? We back with another update through the culture news. Make sure you follow us on all platforms of that street Media5. You know the vibes. Let's get straight into it. Lil Baby finally speaks on his feelings about Gunna snitching. Now you know Gunna and Lil Baby was close. He said Gunna broke his heart. Now you know when you a stand-up dude and you think you running with real stand-up niggas, and you find out they living foul or they living fake, that'll really hurt your soul, you know what I'm saying? And that's how Baby feel right now. Now, Young Thug, he's still holding it down fighting this Rico case. You know, he still got people turning their back on him, taking pleas on him, snitching on him. I mean, he even got people coming up to court, trying to pass him Percocets. But he holding it down like a real one. He keeping his head high, and he standing 10 toes down. That's what real G's do, you know what I'm saying? Now, speaking on selling out, QC the label, they just sold their whole catalog. I mean, the whole label. They sold it for 300 M's. Now, a lot of y'all don't understand what that means, you know what I'm saying? They sold the label to a company called the Scooter Braun Company. Now, they going around buying up a lot of catalogs, a lot of labels right now. Now, QC the label, they got everybody on there. City Girls, Lil Baby, all the 4PF cats, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really was keeping the South popping right now, so I really want to see what direction they're going with this, whole little buyout that they doing. Now, Michael Jackson, his estate, they cashing out too. Now, they sold $900 million worth of their catalog. Now, that's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? While we speaking about, cashing in, other people, they doubling down. Drake reportedly dropped $700K on the Kansas City bet, for the Super Bowl. He think his team gonna go for the win. I wish I had Drake's number right now. I'd take him up on that bet. Jay-Z and Lil Uzi, they were spotted out celebrating on the Super Bowl weekend as well. Or maybe, he's selling that Duce sale. Jay-Z just sold his controlling stake in Duce for $750 million. I guess this weekend everybody just cashing out for them checks, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with it though. Get your money, playboy. Now, I'm a firm believer in supporting black. Since Jay-Z done sold his rights to Duce, they won't be getting no more of my money, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know why he sold Duce for $750 million. That's a lot of money. That's enough to make anybody think twice. Maybe he wanted to sell. Maybe he needed the money. Who knows? Maybe he got a habit to support, you know what I'm saying? Now, rumor has it, now this is allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce, she on that bag. Hey, look, don't get mad at me. This ain't me. This is the street saying this. I just reported how I get it. Now, Beyonce's bodyguard recently came out and said that, hey, Beyonce, she's a drug addict, and Jay-Z, he pretty much controls her by keeping her planet with the drugs and liquor and things like that. But that's all alleged again, so we're not going to go too deep into that rabbit hole. They say you used to be a prom queen, now you're a prom fiend. You know what I'm saying? You know how that go. But for all my basketball fans, LeBron James fans, he just made history today. LeBron James beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time records for most scored points in NBA history. Like, he scored almost 40,000 points or some crazy stuff like that. I mean, boy really out here balling, so definitely give him his props. Salute to King James, man. He been putting in his work, and he definitely earned his respect in this game. Now, a lot of people say him and Kareem had a strained relationship, but LeBron said, no, they're pretty cool. He just really never met the man. So once they met the man, they became pretty close. That's what's up. I like to see brothers pulling other brothers up, not hating. That's what it's about. Now, we got an update on the Tyree Nichols case. Now, this officer, Demetrius Haley, he out here tripping. Apparently, he done text 6 people pictures of Tyree Nichols getting beat up. So this dude, he just begging to go to jail at this point. Like, you got evidence on your phone, you getting caught on camera, committing the crime. Like, I mean, you the police officer, you supposed to know how to cover your tracks better than this. I mean, it is what it is. Speaking of going to jail, we got more Drake information. I mean, Drake is supposed to be appearing in court this week. Now, Drake was ordered to appear in court in regards to the murder of XXXTentacion. Now, a lot of y'all is probably wondering, what that got to do with Drake? But if y'all remember, him and Drake was going through a little something, you know what I'm saying? They was throwing little subliminals back and forth. So the judge and the lawyer got together and they like, hey, our clients might not be the only ones, that had beef with this rapper. I mean, Drake is one of the most known rappers in the world, and he made diss songs about him. Maybe he sent somebody out here. Maybe Drake sent some goons out here. We don't know. And the judge is like, hey, we got to investigate this. So they ordered Drake to come out. Drake didn't show up the first time, now it's mandatory. So if Drake don't show up, they're going to put a warrant out for Drake. So we're going to see where this lead to. Now, I ain't saying I want Drake to crash out or nothing about this, but, if he an innocent man, he just needs to go ahead and go up there, talk to them people and give them what they want, because he making too much money for him to throw this dirt on his name. Speaking of crashes, We had a plane crash out in LAX. Now a jet crashed into a bus, injured like 5 people, man. Now look, I know it sounds worse than it was, but that's a little cap. Now it was actually, the plane was actually getting towed, across the parking lot, and it kind of like slid into a bus, and a couple people was injured. But when they did the report, they talking about the plane crashed into a bus, made it seem like stuff was blowing up and stuff like that. So it is what it is, but nobody was, fatally injured, just a couple bumps and bruises. So we're gonna give you an update on that if anything changes, but let's go ahead and get back into this other information that we got, man, because Justin Bieber and Kodak Black, apparently they was out here tripping last year. They just got sued for shooting that happened at an after party that they had. And I was like, hold on, Kodak Black and Justin Bieber, they had an after party together. What type of party was this? It looked like every time us black people get together with some white people and some money and liquor involved, somebody end up getting shot, and it's always the black people that get in trouble or blamed for it. You know what I'm saying? Like Kodak Black and Justin Bieber, Kylie Jenner and Tory Lanez. Like, we just need to start hanging out in our own hood with our own people, man. Maybe we'll stop catching so many cases out here. That's word. Now, I guess Kodak Black feel the same way. He recently revealed that he going back to college. He said he tired of the street stuff. He tired of this music stuff. Ain't no real money in here. They paying people in little fake jewelry and little juice boxes and stuff like that. He said he want to go get him a degree and get a real job. So he enrolled at Arizona State. He said, look, he trying to better his future and his education. Salute to Kodak. A lot of rappers be out here going to school and college on the low and out here pretending that they, something that they not. I salute that man for letting the youth know, like, hey, I'm trying to go back and get my education. That's real gangster. Speaking of gangsters, Jay Prince back at it again. Him and Offsett, they've been going at it hard. Seems like this might be leading somewhere else now. Again, we like to say rest in peace, Takeoff. Anytime we got to talk about a situation like this, we always want to say rest in peace to anyone that's lost someone and send our condolences to the family. Now, Offsett and Jay Prince, as you know, been getting hyped up into their little internet beef. Offsett said Jay Prince just need to keep his name out of his mouth and don't speak on him or his homies. And Jay Prince basically said Offsett need to keep his mouth closed and stop going around speaking on real G's before something happened to him. He put it to him straight like that. He said, look, I already saved you and your girl's life out in LA, so y'all owe me something for that. Now, a lot of people was like, what do you mean? Now, apparently, a few years ago, Cardi B got into some issues out there in LA, and Jay Prince is saying, he the one that smoothed that over. Now, Whack 100 came out and said, Jay Prince is lying. He said, Jay Prince ain't got no pull in LA, and he can't help nobody if they had an issue. Cardi B didn't need his help, and he said that Jay Prince is capping on that. Now, him and Whack 100, they do got a spotty little beef, so I don't know if Whack 100 is just, throwing fuel on the fire, if this is real talk. But, hey, Jay Prince said what he said, and it is what it is. A lot of people been giving up their comments. Matter of fact, hey, DJ, play the tape.
I ain't gonna leave him out. I'm just real like this, because, niggas be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals, and the truth of the matter is, one can dance and different things in front of these different cameras and all that kind of shit. And when reality, the truth of the matter is, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So for you to be taking these positions that you taking, you know what I mean? And I got people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things. I'm gonna just say this to you. Don't never put me in no position where, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you.
There it is. Now, Gillie and Wallo, they've been getting a lot of pushback about having this interview. A lot of people said that, they shouldn't even have the interview. They shouldn't have had the Prince family on their platform. But hey, Gillie and Wallo is just here giving a platform to people that want to speak. It's not their job to really get into the inner workings or the street beefs. They're just two guys doing their job. Now, a lot of people in the music industry say that Gillie and Wallo, they cut from that street cloth, so they should know the street rules. Now, by having the Jay Prince family on that show, they saying that Gillie and Wallo is choosing sides. I don't think it's that deep. I think sometimes people, look into it a little bit deeper than they should. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Buttons had an interesting perspective. Now, he said if any of us meteorologists or podcasters, could actually speak to both sides about this situation, the best people to do this will be Gillie and Wallo, being that they is from a street background. And I kind of relate to that. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? So maybe they're going to get Takeoff's family side. They already got the J Prince side, and maybe they can, calm this beef down before it goes any further. With that being said, stay safe and stay strapped. We're losing too many soldiers and too many real ones out here. It's time we make a change. Destroy and rebuild.